You ever taken video of like flowing water like that coming off a small waterfall? And you look at the video when you get home and something just doesn't look right about it. It's not as sharp and it's not as crisp. And maybe well, today's not an issue because it's a little overcast. But maybe the sun's hitting it and washing it out a little bit. Probably what you need is a camera filter. And I don't mean like a filter that gives, you know, the Instagram models, the bunny ears and things like that. I'm talking an actual physical filter, more specifically a CPL filter, which is a polarized filter, very similar to your sunglasses. It just goes over the lens of your camera. Now this is meant to be a guide for professional photographers and videographers and things like that. I'm just an amateur content creator, but as an amateur, if you want to take your photos and your videos and make them just to look a little better, just sharpen things up that little more, try a CPL filter over your camera. Now, I just took a couple pictures back there of the water, one with the filter on, one with the filter off. Now, this is just a GoPro Hero 10. It's really not a high-end camera, but just to show you the difference. So the first photo I'm going to put up, this is one with the filter off. As you can see, you know, it's a pretty decent picture. Here's the one with the filter on, and you look at it, and at first glance, yeah, it really doesn't look much different. But if you actually take a deep look at the photo, you'll see that the colors of the rock and the trees, they are just that little bit sharper. And that's what the filter does. That takes your good amateur photo or video and just takes it that little higher notch above, you know, a basic amateur photo. So I discovered filters a couple years ago. We had the boat upriver not far from here. I had my brother driving and I wanted to get some video with the drone of the boat, you know, taking off up out of the hole and getting going. And I got some cool video with the drone and brought it back. Got looking at it later that night on the laptop and realized the swim platform and the entire rear of the boat was washed right out with just the way the sun was hitting it on the white of the boat and reflecting off the water. Now I played with the white balance a little bit in my video editing software trying to clean it up. It really wasn't getting anywhere. And I know people say, well, use just the white balance in your drone before you take the pictures. Well, I tried that, and I'll throw a couple pictures up from last weekend out on the boat. And you know, this is the first one I'll show you here. This is just the drone in full auto, and it looks pretty good. The next one here, this is me playing with the white balance manually. I got the boat looking a little better, but look how green the water went. Like, the water is actually very clear where we were over in Lake Ontario. It looks nothing like this green that shows up from the way the drone took the picture when I had manual control of the white balance. And this is what led me to looking at physical filters. I'm going to throw a couple other pictures up here from the drone. I took these over the winter. So here's the first picture without the filter on the drone. And you can see, you know, it looks pretty nice. You know, you see the ice all starting to break up and thin out, things like that. You see the different textures a little bit. So now I brought the drone back and I'll throw a picture up of just this little tiny filter. It's no bigger than your thumbnail. Just hooks down over the camera on the DJI Mavic Minis, and they make them for all different brands. Put the drone back up, got roughly in the same place at the same altitude, and took the picture again. And now if you look at the picture, you can see the different contours in the ice. You can see where the ice is dirty. You can see where it's starting to get thin, and you can start to see the darkness of the water coming up underneath. And that's simply from just putting a polarized filter on it. Not touching any other settings. I'm leaving everything in auto. So if you're an amateur like me and you just want to sharpen things up and just add a little bit more quality to your videos and your pictures, try a polarized filter over your lens. I got one on the GoPro right now. Let me reach over and just pull it off. There it is. Little tiny lens, just a little tiny chunk of polarized film in there. Now the kit I bought these on Amazon. They were like 25 bucks or something like that. And I'll have to put this back on and try not to wiggle and jiggle the camera too much. And yeah, it also came with 3 ND filters, which are natural density filters. And they're from what I can read, I mean, get down the rabbit hole of trying to learn about filters, and the videos, it'll just confuse you beyond belief. That's kind of why I'm looking at this from an amateur's point of view. But from what I could find with the ND filters, They're more for a like a picture, not video, and especially like a low light, or you've got like the waterfalls, you want to get that streaking effect. And I'll put a little picture here showing you what I mean that I found online. So the ND's really not a big deal. Well, the pack I bought for the drone, same deal. They were like 30 bucks on Amazon. Came with the same 4-pack, the polarized filter, and 3 ND as well. I really haven't tried those. I don't fly the drone in low light conditions or anything like that. I saw the big rock behind me. I thought it was like something coming up behind me because this is a multi-use trail I'm on. But yeah, so amateur's guide to filters. Just leave your camera on auto and try them. I have yet found a point outdoors where I've had problems with using a polarized filter. Indoors, absolutely not. Take them off and just go without them, especially if you're around computer screens. I was up at the Cirrus Life event at Waterloo Airport here a few weeks ago, and taking some footage of a brand new Cirrus SR22, like a G7 Plus or whatever, their new one. And I panned the camera up into the cockpit to get a look at it because it was all lit up, looking really good. And you look at the video afterwards, and I'll throw that clip over me here, and the LEDs are all washed out. You can't see a thing, and that's because of the polarized filter. So that's my amateur's guide to using filters on your camera. Leave your camera in auto, put a polarized filter on it, and just watch just how much nicer your videos look with that simple one little step. Anyways, that's where I'm going to wrap things up. I appreciate you watching the video, and I will see you next time.